Good evening. I'm Louise Mirrer. I'm president and CEO of the New York Historical Society, and Niall Ferguson, as a New York Historical Society trustee, is one of my bosses, so I want to be very careful about what I say this evening. As many of you may know, the New York Historical Society is a very old institution, at least by American standards. We were founded in 1804. But a bit more than a decade ago, we decided to make ourselves new again, resolving to use our collections and our headquarters on Central Park West as a locus for demonstrating history's enduring importance, its usefulness in finding explanations, causes, and insights relevant to our present day. The appointment of Niall Ferguson as a New York Historical Trustee in December 2009 was among the most compelling evidence that we could offer of our newfound resolve. His fresh, inspired, and provocative reflections on history and current events underscored the myriad ways the stories of the past can engage and delight, as well as provoke new thought and new action. His talent for expanding our vocabulary with phrases that both charm and instruct, phrases that show his inimitable cleverness, like Empire State of Mind, Chimerica, The West and the Rest, and a surprising but wonderfully revelatory ooh la la, which is an expression that played like a fugue through an article I actually read just last week in El País on my way over to Madrid. These expressions make patent, among much else that he has said and written, history's incredible power to challenge conventional wisdom and to motivate people to act. During one of his visits to our institution, Niall stood literally inches away from one of the stars of our great Hudson River School collection, Thomas Cole's 5-painting Course of Empire series. In an extraordinary tour de force, he located this prized work at the center of discussion of the life cycle of a great power, single-handedly bridging the gap that traditionally separates history and art, making of this great suite of paintings an entire theory of history. What better evidence of Niall's exemplary advancement of the liberal arts than this brilliant creative edge demonstrated so wonderfully that day, a differentiating characteristic that makes of him an exemplar of the best of the West and the rest. Congratulations, Niall, on your receipt of the Philip Mirrer Award. Now, Niall has recently advocated the formation of a council of historians to advise the American president on challenges and choices our nation faces today. The new council would consist of a small group of scholars charged with practicing public history, analyzing precedents and historical analogs, so that our American president can avoid making the same catastrophic mistakes that lack of historical knowledge has led to in the past. I want to applaud this brilliant and timely idea, and also to nominate Niall's fellow Philip Mirrer awardee, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, for the job. Like Niall, Ayaan has a special New York Historical Society connection. We honored her last spring with our Women in Public Life Award. Her dedication to the urgent and pressing problem of violence, particularly honor violence, against women and girls, her own subjection to such violence as a young girl, her escape from a forced marriage, her membership in the Dutch Parliament, where she focused on furthering the integration of non-Western immigrants into Dutch society and on defending Muslim women's rights, the international attention she gained following the murder of Theo van Gogh, who had directed her film Submission about women's oppression under Islam, her move to the United States, and her founding of the AHA Foundation to protect and defend the rights of women in the US from harmful traditional practices, all much more than qualified her for an award that focuses on recognizing women's achievements in the arena of public life. The Philip Mirrer Award that she receives tonight recognizes, in addition to all of these extraordinary accomplishments, her keen understanding of the value of the liberal arts, the importance of knowing history, of studying the texts of the past with sufficient depth to be able to, for example, quote chapter and verse from ancient legal codes, articulating these documents' consequences and implications for today's world. What she has taught us about the importance of studying the ideas and beliefs of the past that continue to guide people today, of valuing disciplines like the history of religion so as to be able to actually comprehend the claim of theological rationale in ancient scriptural text, to see through the lens of history how religious doctrines have led to extremist views and acts, could not more vividly underscore the connection between liberal arts education and our challenges right now, how knowledge of the liberal arts enriches us and makes us stronger as a people. Ayaan has, as Niall has as well, already been named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. Still, imagine how the breadth of her knowledge, her talents as a leader and thinker, her unblinking honesty about the past could be put to use were she to be part of the new Council of Historians that Niall has so brilliantly proposed. Congratulations, Ayaan, as well, on your receipt of the Philip Merrill Award. Thank you.